What is up, guys? Welcome back to Draw Phase. Shulkin here, and I just want to do a quick commentary on the grand finals of the first regional Riftbound tournament. So we start with, so we have Kaisa and we have Master Yi. Kaisa early play with a Deflect Poro down on his base. So Master Yi's been like incredibly well represented in this tournament. There's an insane percent, although Kaisa's been running rampant through all the Yis. So these are very high level skilled players, and they're just insane. Like some of the plays that they've been doing throughout the tournaments is just something I would never even think of. So Kaisa moves in his Deflect Poro in. Deflect Poros are an interesting choice, but it's still really good, you know. If you're using any type of removal or control spells on top of it just to kind of get rid of it, you know, that extra power cost really helps you gain some tempo against your opponent. So he does have the Pit Rookie in his base, decides to move in on what I believe is the Dreaming Tree. I think we have Void Gate and we have Targon's Peak, I think that is. It's hard to see. Plus everything is in Chinese, so that's why I wanted to do an English commentary on it. So we're scored up 1-1, which is pretty fair. He has Zonia's in hand. I saw Discipline earlier as well. That Pit Rookie is going to go to 4 every time his opponent attacks or Kaisa moves in on it. Let's see what Kaisa's going to do. Kaisa's just so strong in this meta. I think Kaisa just has like all the tools it needs to kind of no matter what matchup it is, just to conquer bases really easily and kind of like, okay, so he moves in with his Ravenbloom in his base. That's very good. Oh, double Ravenbloom. Okay. Oh man, that's like high threat level right there. Just because they get the +1 for every spell, and we all know that Kaisa runs tons and tons of spells. So Master Yi's in a tough situation. He does have to worry about the +1s that he's gonna the Ravenbloom students are gonna be getting from every spell that is casted. He has this Clockwork at base, Pit Rookie holding, so we're down to 2-2, so we even score. He does a White Flame Protector in hand for an aggressive push to a base that's been conquered by his opponent in the future. He's sitting at 6-7 runes, it seems like. Trying to figure out what he's gonna do next. By the way, hats off. This is like a very like high pressure situation on both, and they seem. I think Kaisa seems a little more calm and collected, whereas Master Yi's a little bit nervous, and maybe that will like attest to the outcome of the game. Because obviously, when you're nervous, pressure to the first regional, there's cameras, there's lights, you know. Okay, so he decides to move in with his Master Yi, and it's just like really difficult to play like at your best with that added pressure on it. You know, being broadcasted all over the world must be pretty intense. So he moves in with his Master Yi. It does enter ready, and he conquers the battlefield with the Deflect Poro on it. So now that Master Yi's in a comfortable position because it's going to be going up to 8 with the Legends ability. So we switch over to Kaisa's turn. Let's see what we got. So we got the Ravenbloom, and the Yordle. I missed that he played a Yordle. Sorry, guys. Moves in the Yordle to fight the Pit Rookie, I believe. Oh, no. He's already taking... Oh, no, he retracted the Pit Rookie back to his base. Okay, fair enough. It's hard with these cuts going back and forth. I wish they just did a top-down view of what's going on. All right, so he taps his Kaisa. And playing Ichthian Rain, oh my god, dude. It's just so casually playing like the signature spell at such a high cost price. So he's making sure that he announces all the damage being done. So that would be 6 to Master Yi and 2 to the Pit Rookie. Zonia's Hourglass comes down, so it will be recalled back to base. And then... he's gonna... Okay, yeah, that hurts a little bit. I mean, he should have read Zonia's Hourglass, but honestly, he might as well use a powerful spell to try and clear the board. I don't think that was a misplay at all. I think either way, even if he knew that there was a Zonia's Hourglass, that he should have done that anyway, because that's what Kaisa does. You have those spells to use them, right? So he moves in the Ravenbloom. The Master Yi is ready to up into his base. The other battlefield has a Yordle. We're down to 4-3 in favor of Kaisa. And now we have some decisions to make. Do you want to move in on the Yordle? Do you want to move in on the Void Gate? You got to be careful with the Void Gate, obviously, because of that +1 damage. He decides to move in onto the other battlefield. And then he has, looks like a Charm and on guard. So now we see that he played the Snapvine, targeting the student. That's a really strong play. Snapvine's always like a troublesome card. It's hard to react to unless you have the amount of might to kind of like kill it right on the spot. But powerful, like strong moves for Master Yi. This is why the deck is, in contention with like one of the best out there. It just has a lot of answers, a lot of things to do, and once you get hold of a battlefield, it is kind of hard to conquer unless you have like some heavy removal. So the Snapvine happens, targeting the one student on the battlefield, and then we switch to the Kaisa player. So he's got, oh dude, 2 singularities and Falling Star. Jeez. Oh man, what's strong? See, that's the one great thing about Kaisa, is that Kaisa has so much draw power. Initially with the champion unit, of course, when it conquers a draw one, Yordles are in there, and it's just a lot more draw power than Master Yi has. So I think the game plan, if I was a Kaisa player, my playstyle is Singularity, targeting the Master Yi and Snapvine. Oh geez, perfect 6 damage to both, unless you can buff it with any type of disciplines and or on guards. But all right, so he does decide to discipline the Master Yi. It is on Dreaming Tree, right? So he will draw 2 cards, refilling his hand with 2 more cards, which is really good. So then Master Yi, so the Snapvine dies. Master Yi still has 2 life on the board. However, I think he's going to try and commit into killing it with what came down there. Falling Star. Okay, so that's like the last of his removal that he could have played. He does have another Singularity in hand. Moves in his Ravenbloom student into the Void Gate, conquering a point. We're now at 5 and 4. Still pretty close. The thing is, with a unit on... with the unit on a battlefield, and no units at a base for Master Yi, it's going to be hard to conquer it, because the Master Yi deck is very like unit heavy of a deck, so it's going to be hard to actually take position at base to move in, since the Master Yi is gone. There are some tricks that Master Yi could do, with maybe some charms to kind of mitigate some points by holding. So he commits to a Pit Rookie, right? Like I said, he needs to get on base. If I was the Kaisa play right now, I'd play like Hyper Control. I would spend all my resources just shooting things down at his base if possible. This turn, not necessarily pop off a Singularity. Wait till he plays something else. However, Kaisa's looking really comfortable, gains a point from holding, decides to move back out of the Void Gate. Okay, maybe trying to do the double conquer if he can accelerate with the Kaisa that he draws in hand, or his champion unit at base. No, that champion unit has died since. So yeah, if he draws into it, he could do a double conquer for the win. Obviously, best out of 3, but getting ahead on a board in a best out of 3 is always good, obviously. Let's see what dude, honestly, just look at his demeanor, just like calm, collected, not too worried. You could tell that he's very well versed in like navigating the Kaisa deck. The other player seems like pretty cool and calm and collected, and trying like really super focused. Ooh, Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Yeah. Interesting play though. He's not using it like offensively, right, to -3 everything. I think he just wants to give the opportunity of a double conquer for the win by relying on some removal, right? So he just played on base just to play on base. There's a 7 might unit that Master Yi's gonna have to worry about. However, the fact that he moved back with the Ravenbloom student kind of telegraphs that he's going to go in for the double conquer. So now we have a Pit Rookie there. Remember that Void Gate is a thing, and also whenever Kaisa plays a spell, that Ravenbloom will get +1. So enough to take care of the Pit Rookie if Master Yi doesn't have any type of battle tricks, which he should. We did see it on guard still in hand. There's a Defy too. Surprised he hasn't used that Defy. Actually, there's nothing he could have defied, honestly. We do have a Charm. If I was him, I'd move in with I'd start trying to remove the threat of a double conquer if I was the Master Yi player, right? Okay, so there's the... Oh, okay, White Flame Protector. I don't know, because that's committing to all of the runes right now. He has nothing left. He has nothing to use his Defy. He has nothing to use his On Guard. Nothing to use his Charm. Okay, he does Charm. Oh, okay, so he tapped everything plus the... Okay, I see what he did. He wants to move the... Okay. So he's going through... Oh, he scores a point. Or he passes, actually. Didn't even use the Charm, really. No, he didn't use the Charm. I don't know what I was saying. The graphic just popped up to show what he had in hand. Yep, and that's game. Yep, that's just game going into Kaisa. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, the double conquer was just... Yeah, I think I would have, like, saved for some battle tricks. I would have charmed over the Ravenbloom student, right? Because then he wouldn't have been able to win from the last point by just conquering with the Watcher, right? I would have moved in the Ravenbloom student with a charm onto the battlefield with the Pit Rookie and buffed up the Pit Rookie with Discipline, drawing a card, and trying to kill it off. That was, like, probably the most aggressive play that Master Yi could have done. But moving on to game 2, he's got some... So Master Yi's going first. Plays a Poro, the mighty Poro. Dude, what a strong turn 1 play, honestly, guys. Like, dude, I love it. I love it when the Poro comes down. So going over to Kaisa, does nothing, draws a card, you know, has 3 runes and passes. So switching over to Master Yi, he decides to move in his Poro into the Grove of the God Willow. So that is the battlefield where if you target a unit, then you can draw a card. Only friendly unit, by the way. So we got a Defying Hand, which is really strong. I would honestly try and use it probably not as soon as possible. Like right here, we got a Hextech Ray on board. I don't know. I would... it's a tough decision. I could tell why he's, like, taking so long. Okay, so he does decide to use it. Yeah, I'm like 50-50 on that. Like, I don't know if it's really worth saving the Poro for, but unless he had no other, like, small units to go in on board. And then we see a Wielder of Water, really strong card coming down. Awesome play. That's a really strong card. Oh, okay, then we see a Falling Star. Okay, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, Wield of Water is a threat because it does get up to 6 might if it's holding on the battlefield with the static ability of the legend. So I think that's a good use of Falling Star, honestly. Like, you need to. You just need to get rid of those things. That's the thing why I think Kaisa kind of trumps Master Yi, is just because of all the hard removal, and generally, like, you run relatively, like, low might units onto the battlefield, and those breakpoints of the damage that Kaisa has in Hextech Ray and Falling Stars and Singularities are, like, so crucial. So he does put down his Kaisa, accelerates it, gets to conquer, goes 1-on-1 with points. Ooh, and the double score. And then gets to draw a card because of Kaisa's ability. That's a really strong turn, a really good reactive turn, considering that there is no units from the opponent on base right now. So he moves in the Wielder, or sorry, the Clockwork Keeper that he played last turn to move into the Godwillow battlefield. Decides to Discipline to conquer. Very reactive. Using a lot of the things aggressively opposed to what would be generally used as defensively. Oh, and it slaps down the Blitzcrank moving over the Kaisa. Let's see what happens here. And then a retreat to protect the Kaisa. That's a really strong move. Yeah, because that would have kind of swung the game in his favor. It's funny, though, Blitzcrank in this list is kind of awkward, right? Because you're not benefiting from the Yi +2 or from the Legends ability. However, sometimes I think it was like a good side deck, possibly, just to make sure, because that Kaisa needs to be killed, and at the risk of just having a little more might on board and just the ability to pull things in is actually really strong. I prefer Blitzcrank in an Ari build because I think it just reacts better. However, again, these people are in the finals. They know the game very well. They're better at deck construction than I am, and they are better at playing than I am. All right, so we do see the Darius come by. It enters tapped unless he's going to play another card. He does have two runes open. Okay, so he does decide to play a Stupefy on the Blitzcrank. That triggers a Darius's ability, gives a +2, and readies it. Now he's going to swing in. So we're sitting at 4, 5, 6, and unfortunately, just like I said, dude, he does not get the +2 because there are 2 units on the battlefield. Moving over to 3 and 2. For the Kaisa player. Yeah, dude, strong turn. Darius is a really, really key card in Kaisa just to mitigate some more power on board. Okay, so then we have Master Yi playing Master Yi. Darius goes down to 5. We have 6 might on board, but then the another Hextech Ray comes down and shoots the Master Yi, so both would die if there's no responses. Let's see what Master Yi can respond to. I am not entirely sure what he has in hand. However, dude, very, very, very good plays from both players, honestly. It seems like Kaisa's on top right now. Every single thing that Master Yi does, Kaisa has an answer to. So he does buff it with something. I missed what happened. They cut out. I wish they would have kept the top down, like I said before. But anyway, okay, so moving on. So somehow Master Yi survives. I probably buffs it with On Guard or something. Watcher comes in accelerated. And then we're moving in. So he gets -3, moves in. Oh, jeez, that's so strong. That is so strong. Like I said, Kaisa is just on top of every single play that Master Yi is doing. Every single time Master Yi tries to build up a little bit of momentum, Kaisa just kind of shuts it down. He's ahead on points 5-3, dude, and this is the finals. Okay, so he decides to raw play a White Flame Protector because he's just like, I just want to get on board. I'm behind on points. Let's get this done. Okay, so he commits to the battlefield with another Deflect Poro, trying to put as much might on the battlefield as possible. We're at the end of the game right now, it seems like. If there are any responses, there's just not much. Oh my god, and he plays the Ichthian Rain. Getting rid of the White Flame Protector, looking pretty grim now for the Master Yi player. He does have plenty of runes to probably counteract something. Puts a Poro down, puts a Pit Rookie buffing the Poro. There will be 1 point in holding, so he does get another turn unless he plays another Watcher or a Kaisa to accelerate. He draws 2. What's he gonna play? Oh, he gets a Kaisa. And that is it. That is the game. Yep, he's going to accelerate the Kaisa with nothing else on board, with no other tricks. There's no responses they could do. And we have our first regional champion. Awesome plays from both players, dude. That is a high-stress environment. Hats off to Kaisa for winning. Congratulations, Sad Fox, or Fox Sad, I believe his name is. Yeah, that's an awesome way to start the competitive play. Kaisa comes out on top. He gets his card, which is pretty cool, actually, as a reward. That's dope. And yeah, I just want to do a quick English commentary about the game. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!